Chip and Curly, the Great Potato Race. The Spud City Festival was just days away, and the whole town was getting ready. Chip's favorite event was the sack race, but each year he came up short. This year, he was determined to win the first place prize, a golden bushel award. But there was a problem. A new Spud had arrived in town, Curly, and he had quite a spring in his step. He's fast, Chip thought, so he practiced every chance he got.
There's our guy! The roasted yams boasted as Chip leapt by.
You're our hometown favorite, hollered the home fries. Still, Chip felt nervous. The morning of the festival, Chip arrived early to study the race path. Meanwhile, the crowd gathered. The couch potatoes lined the race route. The french fries stood with their tater tots. And the sweet potatoes practiced cheers. Yeah, let's go, let's go! After stretching, Chip high-fived the tots and posed for pictures. Everything was going great until Curly arrived, leaping towards the other racers. Chip groaned. To top it off, Curly wedged in next to him at the starting line. Chip gripped his sack and started straight ahead. He wanted to win more than ever. Ready, set, go, said the announcer. The potatoes hopped forward, and Chip whipped past everyone. I've got this in the bag, he thought. Chip, 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 chanted the crowd. Keep moving, the twice bakers repeated. Chip heard someone gaining on him, but he didn't look back. Look out! The barbecue Chip shouted. Here comes a hot potato. And then it happened. Curly pulled ahead. The crowd went wild. Even the couch potatoes stood up and took notice. The waffle fries couldn't decide who to cheer for. Ooh. Chip hopped faster. He couldn't catch up. Just ahead, a tree root stuck out of the ground. Chip had his eye on it, but Curly headed right towards it. Oof! Curly tripped and tumbled to the ground. Although a thought sprouted in Chip's mind. With Curly down, this was his chance to win. He zipped past Curly and took the lead. But as the finish line came into view, he felt rotten. Chip glanced over his shoulder. He hashed it over in his mind. There was only one thing to do. He bounded toward Curly, who laid pancake on the ground. Chip reached down and pulled him up, while the other potatoes bounced by. 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4, counted the announcer as the racers entered the final stretch of the course. 5 potato, 6 potato, 7 potato, wait! Here come 2 more! Curly and Chip had hopped back on the path and were picking up speed. In a flash, Curly peeled ahead of the pack with Chip on his heels. As they neared the end of the race, Chip barreled along and gave it all he had. But it was no use. Curly sprang across the finish line. In an instant, Chip's dream of winning were mashed. The sweet potato cheered. The other racers congratulated Curly.
Good job! Totally awesome!
They're going to butter him up now, Chip muttered. He slipped out of his sack and tossed it into a pile. As he turned to leave, Curly stopped him. The relay is next. Want to be my partner? Chip froze in his steps. Me? Sure, no matter how you slice it, we'd make a great team.
Woohoo!
A smile sprouted on Chip's face. "Okay, Bud, let's do it." They practiced on the sidelines. Before long, they were in a groove. "Maybe I'll finally win a Golden Bushel Award," said Chip. But there was a problem. A new team had arrived. The Shoestring Fries. They were lean and snappy and moved in perfect step.